The stability of our world is a delicate illusion, a balance maintained by forces we often take for granted. This celestial dance is not permanent. Its sudden absence would trigger consequences that would redefine our planet. The systems governing our oceans, our climate, the very rhythm of life itself are linked to our lunar companion. These are not changes over geological timescales. Initial effects would be felt almost instantly. Larger consequences would not wait centuries. They would arrive within a human lifetime. The first changes are subtle. The later ones are not. And by the end, the world still functions, just differently. A rapid, relentless unraveling of the world we know. The very first and most profound change would be the silencing of the oceans. The moon's gravitational pull is the primary engine of Earth's tides. Without it, the twice-daily rise and fall of the sea would diminish to a feeble pulse, less than half its former height. The world's great ports, designed for deep-water access at high tide, would face an immediate economic crisis. Their billion-dollar infrastructures suddenly rendered obsolete by the silent, unmoving water. The intertidal zone, that incredibly rich band between high and low tide, would face near-total annihilation. The shellfish industry, oysters, mussels, clams, would be wiped out almost instantly. For coastal communities, the change would be sensory and deeply unsettling. The sound of the waves, a constant backdrop to life, would be gone. They would become the first generation of refugees, displaced by a sudden, irreversible shift in the ocean itself. Beyond the coastlines, a far more insidious threat begins. The primary reason for our planet's remarkable axial stability is the moon. Its gravitational pull acts like a giant gyroscope. Without this stabilizing force, Earth would embark on a slow, unpredictable journey of axial drift. We see this instability in our solar system neighbor, Mars. Without a large moon, its axial tilt has varied dramatically, contributing to its extreme climate shifts. Our planet would now be subject to the same cosmic instability, at the mercy of every gravitational whisper from its larger neighbors. This stability has given us the predictable, reliable seasons that have shaped every ecosystem and every civilization on the planet. If the tilt decreased towards 0 degrees, the difference between seasons would fade. Summers would become cooler, winters warmer. These breadbaskets, reliant on predictable spring rains, would face chronic drought, causing widespread crop failure and famine. Conversely, if the tilt increased, seasons would become terrifyingly extreme. Northern summers would be brutal, months-long heat waves with Sahara-level temperatures. Winters would be equally extreme, plunging mid-latitudes into a deep freeze for months. Infrastructure would fail. Human civilization would be crushed between an incinerating summer and a cryogenic winter. The disruption spreads. Without tidal mixing, the oceanic nutrient pump shuts down, starving the seas into beautiful, sterile deserts. The mass spawning of corals, synchronized to the full moon, would fail, causing catastrophic reproductive failure. Sea turtles use the faint moonlight to guide hatchlings to water. Without that beacon, an entire generation would be lost. Migratory birds, their internal compasses confused, would miss their breeding grounds, their populations collapsing. The most universal human experience would be the transformation of the night into a profound and oppressive darkness. The demand for artificial light would become a fundamental necessity, triggering a colossal surge in global electricity consumption. This would accelerate fossil fuel consumption, worsening the very climate instability already in motion. A stark chasm would divide the illuminated world of the rich and the dark, paralyzed world of the poor. After the chaos, Earth settles into a new, harsher equilibrium. Humanity, if it survives, would be forced into a nomadic existence, chasing shifting zones of habitability. The world's great cities become monuments to a bygone era, slowly swallowed by sand or ice. The dream of space exploration, our stepping stone to the stars, becomes exponentially more difficult. A future canceled. The Earth goes on, but the world that nurtured humanity would be gone forever, replaced by a permanent state of planetary convalescence. The world without a moon is a lesson in cosmic dependence. It reveals that the systems we perceive as permanent are in fact fragile constructs. The absent moon would become the central figure in a new global mythology, a lost guardian, a symbol of a golden age of stability. It compels us to wonder not just about the world we inherited, but about the other subtle, unseen forces that might hold our reality in balance. And what might happen if another anchor were to vanish? What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching IfVerse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.